Unboxing of MagicStudio's Voron 2.4 kit. You can see the box is packaged pretty well, a lot of taping, but still got the little damages here and there. I guess I blame that to DHL. Really thick foam. Good packing list. I guess that's helpful. I think this would be the panel kit. I think it's PC. Okay, that's a build plate. I believe this is all the bad stuff. Build plate with a magnet sheet. It is supposed to be okay. Yeah, it's magnet sheet. This is the heater and aluminum. Not sure what those are. I guess it's holding the bed. These are some PVC trunking that comes free. I think you know. If you order a full kit, I think you got it. I think it's based on weight or the number of items you ordered. All right. Everything's labeled. It looks like. S400. I guess that's the rails. 2.4 stepper kit. Stepper online. This is the power supply. Power supply. Oh, Misumi. This is one of the rails, I guess. These are the rails for the electronics, also from Misumi. All this aluminum extrusions, I guess, are from Misumi. So they did put orders there and cut them. Come in batches for different lengths. So it's quite a few of them. Okay. And all of them are like labeled here for the details. The Zhongde sensor. This is the relay and the driving hot end. Some corner blocks, and these are, I believe, are used to square all the extrusions. Okay. Octopus Pro. Okay, it's big. It's a big board. Miscellaneous part. We'll come to that later. Cable kit. It's all sealed up. Belt motion kit. Fan kit. By the way, I think they kind of labeled like what's inside from the sticker here, so that's kind of nice. And this should be the stepper drivers with heat sink pin-out label. It's a tiny cable. Oh, these are hardwares. Oh, this should be the 5-volt supply. What's this? Oh, this is the display. The LCD display. Just bone. Okay, cool. That's all the parts. We'll then open each smaller boxes and see what's in there. Okay, let's look at the fastener kit from MagicStudio. Every parts are labeled here. All the specs doesn't show the numbers, but I think the number is on their website. This paper is contaminated by some of the I guess greases or oils on the screws. Most of them are kind of packaged really well. You can see some oil there. Not sure we have to clean those out or not. These are the T-nuts. M3 inset with frame kit. In the frame kit, everything is packaged based on their sizes. can see the quantities as well. I want to show you the packaging of all these extrusions. So there are 2 layers of this corrugated heavy-duty paper. It's not cardboard, but paper thing. And inside is all wrapped up like this. So pretty neat packaging. And all the parts are pre-drilled per spec and also tapped. Yeah. Other than the rails, it included 4 of those corner pieces for the bed frame, and also this. This is kind of interesting. I think these are used to make sure the extrusions are square on the corners. So in the tutorial, you should screw this in first, and then put it in the T-slot and tighten the screw here using the opening hole. However, there's no way to prevent the rotation like this. That's why they included this piece here. I believe the idea is you install it like this. So you slide both pieces into the T-slot like that, and when you are scrolling it down through the opening hole, these 2 little tabs will get into the channels here. In that way, it's kind of stops the rotation. Okay, now let's look at all the reels. It's all 400 meter long for the 350 millimeter build. All of them actually have the Magic Phoenix engraved. It's engraved on there, and both ends have the stops. Other than that, there's no label on the branding. So one thing to notice is the rail picked up all the fibers from the packaging, which is kind of nasty. We probably need to clean that up. And some of them are even getting into the rails. That could be a problem. So after a simple wipe with isopropyl alcohol, all of them are getting much smoother. Of course, you can exercise them a little bit more. But yeah, they are much better than before. Now let's look at the belt motion kit from MagicStudio. Okay, not doing a count here, but here are the bearings. I'm not sure about the types. The 22 pulley belt pulley with the grab screws inside. Closed belt. I think these are for the Z drive 4 count. Or for the pulleys, they're all labeled. That's nice. Okay, it's pretty good. Yes. Okay. So all these, I think some of them are for the Z shafts, and you can see they are grounded flat on one side. So four of those are grounded on one side. I think the Z stop also need one, but I don't see that being grounded. So turning belt 9mm and 6mm. Also, one thing to mention is the profile here are actually flat. I think that's a correct pulley rather than a curved profile on the top. Also, all these are very flat on the top here. 82s for these. Cool. Miscellaneous parts. I think those are some 3M VFE tubes. 3 screws to fix it. So I think you need to print a mod for this, because the original Voron 2.4 is like two screws. Tile icon here, it's, I don't know, oh, it looks like a screwdriver actually. Okay, there you go. So that opens just like that. Okay. So you got two of those, and this are, I forgot what's this called. Couplers. This is something for the ding rail. What are this tape? Zip ties. So these are 4x200, 100 pieces. The rubber feet. This, I don't know, feels cheap, I guess, as long as it does the job. The hole is not even poked. Just not a quality part as I would think it is for this price. But it doesn't matter. So some magnets. I think these are the BMG extruder type for the extruder gears. Yeah, so far this is the only part that I feel bad about. Just aesthetically, it's just cheap. Okay, now the stepper kit for 2.4 from Stepper Online. Pretty heavy box. Okay. That's a pretty long cable. Not sure it's long enough, but it's 4 pins already wired in. Yeah, specs are there. This tiny one. This is for the extruder. And I'll have 4 loose wires. Still pretty long wires. Okay, let's look at the panel kit, the back panel. So all of them are good cut pretty well. I thought those are some rough edges for the board, but actually it's just for the film. So the board is very clean cut. And you can bottom deck. This hole's pre-cut. Bottom to cover all the electronics. And all these would be for the panel. So also clean cut with films on both sides, clear. This would be one of the sides, the 2 doors here. And also this is a thin rail that comes, it looks like cut by Misumi as well. And I think it's 420mm long for the 350 build. So here are the thin rails. That looks pretty good, and it does fit a M5 screw just as the manual. I know some other kit that this slot is too small for M5, but this one is perfect. Now it's all the hotbed pieces. It's double-sided PI spring steel. It looks pretty good on this side. The corners are not really even, I guess, but I don't think that matters at all. The other side, I think this is the PI film here. Magnet sheet. Yeah, it is a little bigger than the aluminum bed, so you can trim it off. And the back tape is 300 LSE. The heat pad, this looks actually really good. It's pretty close to the edges. It's kind of same size as the aluminum bed, and you can see all the cutout for the screw holes. Tape is 468 MP, 200 MP. Here is the aluminum bed. There are two threaded holes, M3 I guess, and the slots. The top side feels really nice. It's very smooth. Probably just need to buff it up. Now the cable kit. I think this is supposed to be the PTFE cables, black and white. Yeah, I don't know where they're used at yet, but color coded. These are probably for signals. So you got 5 or 6 6 of these. I think this green one, the green and the gray one is a different gauge. This green is 16 EWG. These 2 gray ones are for 20, and the rest is 22. All this 6 color are 22, 220 and 116. And these 2 probably for the main powers, 16. Power plug with the fuse in it. Okay, so the fuse is included. Accelerometer, this thermal fuse, which is quite important for the bed, 125 Celsius. Thermometer for the hot end. Some crimping parts. Connectors for different gauges. Diodes, I think it's for one of the sensors. I love this Waggle's quick connector. I think these are for the XY stop, in stop, and Z in stops. Connectors, power switch, really big. Extra fuses, little box of connectors. You'll have to crimp this. What's in this bag? Okay, just more connector stuff. Wow, okay. That's daunting. It's a lot of connectors. Alright. Now the fan kit. Yeah. Looks good. It's the same brand. GDS time. And lastly, this box has the LCD. Talk about the power supplies. I hope you can switch that to 110. It's also a 5-volt power supply. Meanwhile, never used one of these before. Looks pretty legit. Wrong. Other than that is the batch sensor. I picked the cheap version because I might go to the clicky option. That's pretty much all the electronics. The rest of the parts are hot end and the main board. It could be different options, so I'm not gonna show up there. But yeah, that's pretty much the kit. Hope this helps answering some of your questions. And if you have more questions, just let me know. Leave it on the comment. See ya.